All right. So yeah, um, haven't done one of these general updates for a while. This will be just like a regular programming update. I've been using the metaphor of like television to talk about my vlog, to kind of structure it. Like I'll have my regular programming, and then I'll have specific channels. Like if I want to do like a comic book review or a film review, I'll do like the film channel or the comics channel or the books channel. But this is just regular programming. This is just me giving you a quick. I'll try to keep it less than 10 minutes. I have a timer here. But yeah, so uh, I first week of classes started. It's a spring semester at my university. I'm teaching um, two sections of sophomore writing, Introduction to Literature, and I'm teaching one section of Arts and Entertainment Journalism. And for me, the first week is always just like you know getting the train on the rails. Like the first class we go over the course policies, and then the second class when we start like an icebreaker activity on that first day where my students, they pair up and they interview each other. Then the second class, like usually because I teach Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, that Wednesday they introduce each other to the class. And it sounds like a lot of time, two 50-minute classes just to ice breaking and policies, but it's time well spent. You're teaching 15 weeks and 45 classes approximately, a little bit less because of breaks. And it sets the tone. Like you actually care about who they are. You want to know about their extracurriculars, their hobbies. A lot of people like to talk about their pets, their music and film tastes, so that the interviews, the introductions, the icebreaker is really important. But then also the policies. So you kind of let people know you have rules and you take this class seriously. It's like a professional enterprise. And I've always been a strong believer in the first day syllabus policies class and icebreakers. You have to do that. You might want to just get right into. I have had professors. Well, I took professors. When I was a student in undergrad and grad school, professors who would just like, all right, read the syllabus, and then they would start talking about the curriculum. They'd get right into like let's talk about macroeconomics, or let's talk about clinical psychology. It's like, man, can we slow down a little bit, ease into this? I've always been an ease into things sort of person. Yeah, so I started classes. What else? I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077. Um, that's a huge game, and I've only been playing for like, I think the last time I did my save, it was like 9 hours. But I started this like a month ago. I downloaded it and installed it. It took forever to install. And then I would play it a little bit here and there. And the prologue kept going on and on and on. And it's like 6 hours into this game and I still feel like I'm doing the prologue. And literally I get to the part where you finally get to, spoiler alert, Keanu Reeves shows up. He's like a character in well, he's not Keanu Reeves. Like there's a digital rendering of the actor Keanu Reeves who's playing a character in the game. He's a ghost in your mind, like a personality that has been like slotted into your mind, like basically a synthetic personality. So you're kind of. But anyhow, he shows up, and then it's like Cyberpunk 2077, like the beginning of a movie. It's like, oh my gosh, I've been playing for like 7 hours, and only now is it showing me the title screen. I thought that was like really fascinating, and kind of slightly annoying because I'm not used to that level of, um, like, just it's a different kind of storytelling in video games. Like it's almost like cinematic in ambition. You know, I remember I played Metal Gear Solid, PlayStation 1 years ago, and I was like, this is video games are aspiring to film level storytelling. This feels like a movie almost. You know, and then I tried to play Red Dead Redemption in like the 2000. I think it came out in 2009, the first one, and that was very cinematic. But I never beat that game. It took forever. GTA, I played I think Grand Theft Auto 4. basically I'm talking about Rockstar games. Just trying to think about games that have like cinematic ambition, like that like grand storytelling ambition. And I've always been more of a like a sandbox style of game, like a game that allows you to, like tell the story yourself. So like one of my favorite games of all time is Ultima 4, Quest of the Avatar. That's like, you know, going deep in the archive, but there's a story there, but it's about moral progress. And if you haven't heard of that game, I can't imagine you haven't heard of that game. You should check it out. It's like an old school game, but it's it's kind of hard to explain. Like there's not a linear plot. Like it's a sandbox game, but there's still a story. Even games like Final Fantasy VI, which is one that I played. And by the way, if you hear a little noise, it's my cat. She's snoring on the footstool in front of me. Final Fantasy VI, it wasn't sandbox. I love that game, but it wasn't sandbox in the way that Ultima 4 was. You know, basically like freedom versus storytelling. It seems like you have to make a decision. Maybe that's not completely the case, because there are games that allow for a lot of like sandboxy freedom, but then they have like a strong story. It's been my experience. It's like you have to make a choice. A game like Skyrim, for example, like it has a pretty cool story about like the Dragonborn and the war in Skyrim, the Civil War, but it's not really the biggest part of the game. I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077, just intrigued. It's like I know it's like now Cyberpunk 2077 is an older game. It's like, several years old because they've been updating it, but people said it was glitchy, but I'm lucky I played it, after they probably worked out all the glitches. Yeah, when I'm not reading contemporary fiction for my classes, I'm reading some Warhammer 40K fiction. I'm reading some popular psychology. I'm reading a book about basically like social connection. What else? Been watching a lot of movies. This 2026 is going to be my film year, I think. I always watch a lot of movies, but I think last year I used Letterboxd, and I watched like 40 films, but that felt like I barely watched any movies last year. But so to make up for it, this year is my film year. We started watching. I watched Once Upon a Time in China a couple days ago, which is like a wuxia film, like a martial arts film, but more. It's from 1991 with Jet Li. I liked it a lot. I got to watch out talking about film because I have the movie channel. But yeah, I was thinking about writing up a review of that film for Letterboxd. But yeah, other than that, just thinking about going on a walk here in a little bit. There's a vegan bakery in my little town that I'm going to go walk down and maybe get like a pastry for my wife. Gonna have a movie night planned this Sunday with friends. We're thinking about maybe doing a Japanese horror marathon, and because we don't have classes on Monday. It's MLK Junior Day, so we're not gonna stay up late watching scary movies. But I hope everything's great with you, and have a good day.